Hello, everybody. This is Brock here with your weekly stock picks. This is for the week of 11/16 to 11/20. Please follow me on Twitter at Don'tFeedBear. Let's go ahead and just before we start, we like to always look at the S&P 500 chart. So if you look here, what we notice is we went through a correction back in September to October with the ABC chart, or the ABC right here. So first we went up, we had a nice little run throughout October, and then we had the coming down for wave two. So far, everything looks on point. We had kind of right here was our sector rotation. Pfizer on Monday had the news that they had a very positive results from unofficial results from their vaccine trial. So that kind of made everybody think like, okay, this is a great time to exit tech, exit COVID stocks, and enter, some of those value plays. So airlines, cruise lines, restaurants, they all shot up. But then news kind of broke like, let's temper expectations here because it's not quite what everybody thought. This wasn't the one that said, yeah, we're going to have it and it's available to everyone. So they found out the first batch is going to go to frontline workers. So people started to rotate a little bit back into tech and into some of the other stocks. COVID numbers are rising. I foresee this, we're going to continue this bull run here until we get to wave three. Hopefully we reach the top. That would be really nice. Reward us all for our patience. So that's a look at the S&P 500. I think we are on so far. I mean, look at the chart, very clean. We're falling down. It's a little, didn't go straight line. It never does. And then this is kind of probably going to do something like that. So I think so far we're good. I think the stock market is acting accordingly. I think we're okay. So I think these are some critical levels here. We're going to consolidate for a bit, and then I think we head up. So far we're looking good. But I do say just be careful, be aware that this can change at any minute. But right now, my prediction is holding. So this is the forecast I have for the S&P 500. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the stock picks. So first, let's do our 10-share slide. Because of the pullback, we also the 6 weeks Square and some of my other ones that were big winners, 30+% performers. Those have now since been what I call retired. They hit their 6 week mark. They're off my list. So now Save, this is a great airlines recovery play. I am in Save. I really like them. I think they're fantastic. And Taiwanese Semiconductor, it's still performing even with the sector rotation, so that's really good. We've now moved up to 16 stock picks. So as you can see, you're about 1643.80 is how much you could have made if you bought 10 stocks of each of these stocks that have either A, hit their price target, or gone to the 6 week expiration with a profit. So not bad, 16 stock picks, $1,600, $100 per pick. That's can't argue with profits, right? As the old saying goes, you will never go broke taking profits. So, all right, let's jump into it. So, my stock picks for the week are Yeti, Fiverr, Peloton, and Facebook. And we're going to talk about each one, but as you can see here, I have the current setup, I have your buy zone, I have your cut loss, and I have your price targets. I give each one of these 6 weeks. They usually hit somewhere in the 2 to 4 week range if they do hit their price target. A few of them lately, because of the volatile environment of the market lately, have been taking a little bit longer. I'm hoping, over the next couple of weeks we can get back to normal. So let's go ahead and take as also there's I put up the charts of each one individually. If you want to take a look at them yourself, you're always welcome to see if you get what I get. I'm always welcome to new ideas. Message me, let me know what you think, all that. Okay, so let's look at the first one, Yeti. All right, so Yeti. I love that brand, by the way. I have Yeti products. Love them. They're amazing. I've put Yeti into their coolers for 5 days, and still ice. It's crazy. I mean, it's a great product. I really like it. So let's take a look here. We start the one. We had a wave one here coming up. Then we came down for the two quickly on that sector rotation day. But so far it looks like it's everything's climbing back up nicely. So I think we go on a nice little run here for wave three. My hope is a little consolidation, maybe even a little dip, and then we can get in and have a nice run. So this is looking pretty good. Setup's nice. Almost all my picks this week are on wave three. So, and as you can see, I know it's a small sample size, but we have declining volume. They just had earnings. 2 days following earnings, they had red days, so maybe we can see a nice little run. We did for a couple days, and then hopefully just a quick dip before it heads up. So that's what I'm hoping to see with Yeti. Fiverr. Oh, sorry, misspelled that. RR. There we go. Okay, so Fiverr is great. They do kind of freelancing work, stuff like that. I've used them before. They're pretty good. I like them. I didn't have a great experience, but that was more the person than the actual company. So, right off the bat, we're gonna see a lot of this where it went up, down, then back up. So that could be a smaller kind of a five wave or maybe even a correction, but I'm not gonna pay attention to that. I want to pay attention to the bigger one that I think this is correct. So it's coming down for wave. It came down for wave two, and I think we're bouncing off. Again, hoping for the dip. Wave three, looking good. As you can see here on the green line, it has every time it's come near this green line, it's bouncing off of it. So, and now it dipped a tiny bit below, but still held. So I think intraday it hit right about here, which is above on this green line. And then as you can see here, it's now back above the 50-day moving average. So that's a really good sign. So Fiverr looks like a winner for the future. Peloton, yes, I've talked about Peloton before. I own a Peloton. I love it. I love the brand. I love the culture. I think this is a huge winner long term, but short term, I think it's also a winner. There's two things at play here. This one is a bit risky, but not too much. It's probably somewhere in the range of if I have to pick on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the riskiest, I'd say it's probably like a 5 or a 6. It's not too bad. Anyways, like I said, I was heading up nicely, and then we had this nice little drop thanks to the sector rotation on Monday from the Pfizer news. But since then, it's been kind of holding up. And on the day after, it started off. I made a post about it. It had a 15-point swing. That's crazy. So it had a nice little run intraday. It's right now just below the 50-day moving average. So we need to see a nice little pop up. Monday could, stocks lately. Stocks usually run on Mondays. The old saying is people sell on Fridays and buy back in on Mondays. I could see it dipping just a tiny bit and maybe even just a little consolidation before we head back up. So, that's usually kind of what you see. It's kind of, I think it looks like it wants to build a base here, kind of in this area, but we'll see. Let's watch Peloton. This could be getting ready to make a nice. Oh, and we have declining volume. This could be preparing to make a nice little move here. So, all right, let's check it out. And then the last stock pick is Facebook. So, everybody loves social network. Only social media to have a movie after it. So, uh, right here we see that at 243, this has been kind of holding resistance, and we've seen a nice incline. It's a little choppy here. There's a lot of gaps here, and it keeps filling that gap and different things like that. But so far, it looks like it wants to go up for a wave three. This one I think is ready to go. I don't know if we get the dip here. We could. A lot of tech. It depends. A lot of depends on this vaccine news. If we get another big vaccine news from say Moderna or someone like that, we could see another dip because people get worried and then a bounce. So that's a possibility too. Things like to bounce at the 50-day moving average. If it doesn't there, I like this blue line here, this 243 level as kind of it's been holding this well, and it's only been kind of nice little trend here. So let's hope that continues and we can go all the way to 300s. So that would be really good for Facebook. Okay, let's go to my run up to earnings. So this week we have Lowe's, which I am in, Workday, and Nvidia. So Lowe's, let's just take a look at the chart. Let's take a look at each chart. So for Lowe's, okay, so Lowe's has been kind of wedging here. It dipped out a little bit, as you can see, right here, but it bounced back in, and now I'd love to see a quick bounce up to the top of that. I have a feeling then it bounces back down, so we're gonna have to make a quick, buy the run up to earnings. I think it has good earnings. I mean, it's based on the statistics, based on the data, it's doing very well. I don't like that it's below the 50-day moving average, but I'm okay with that because I think earnings pushes it past that. We'll see. I think people saying that, the sector rotation means that people are going to stop shop. No, home sales are still through the roof. People are still going to be working on their homes that they bought. I see them especially during the holiday season having a great revenue during the holiday season. So I would expect forward guidance to be very good for Lowe's. Same with Home Depot. So this for me is a winner. I'm in it already. I'm playing the earnings. I know it's risky, but this is something I think happens. I could be wrong. It's got the wedge formation. It looks ready. It wants to go up for wave three. So let's hopefully it does. It could break trend. That's always a possibility, but I like Lowe's. Okay, so uh, let's check out Workday. Workday's been doing really good. As you can see, it's kind of bounced around. We have, sorry, I thought that this chart had drawn out. The one, the two, and then now we're trying to go up for the three, the four, the five. Okay, draw it out. Yes, thank you. So yeah, this is looking good. I think it's earnings. A lot of people have used, these online platforms because less interaction in person. So I think the earnings will be good. I think it's going to continue to go up with a chance of it to bounce even higher. So, Workday's a good company. I like them a lot. I like their fundamentals. I think over the next couple of years, this has a real chance to be, a long-term pick of mine, something for my long-term portfolio. But I need to see more from them first, see how they're doing earnings, see how they do on a lot of different fundamentals. So, but I think earning play, this is a good one. So, okay, and then everyone knows I'm big on AMD. They are huge winners, and AMD and Nvidia usually run together. Their chart looks good. They're kind of bouncing around. They've been hovering right on the 50-day moving average. We need to see a nice little bounce here this week, and I think we will. I think people are going to realize Nvidia is a winner of the future, and so is AMD. So I think they'll run together this week up into earnings. The problem now is that Nvidia's expectation is really high, and so that can create kind of some of the analysts will place it too high. However, I think Nvidia has something up their sleeve. I think they're going to announce something. I think forward guidance is going to be really strong for Nvidia. So I think this is a winner too. We have this kind of declining volume. I know it's going up I don't think it's really going up here. It's more going horizontal, but we'd like to see a little bit dip here. But I think earnings, a nice little pop here for earnings. So let's be careful on Nvidia, but I like them. I think they're good. I think they're set up well for the future, and I think they're set up well for the short term. So big. I see a big winner in Nvidia. So all right, let's go to the honorable mention picks. Okay, so Moderna. If we take a look at Moderna, so just like Pfizer, it can have big news. It's setting up well here. It's halfway through wave three. Only problem. This is why it's an honorable mention pick is that it is in the oversold territory. I mean overbought territory in the RSI. So you could see a quick, you could see a dip for a few days or consolidation down and then back up. So if it dips, that'd be a good place to buy. The only problem though is they are going to my understanding going to release some results soon. If those are bad, I mean it's going to go down like a brick in water. So be careful of that. That's why this is very risky. This is probably risk level out of 10, probably like an 8 or a 9. So just be careful. However, if the results are good, positive, oh man, this it may not even stop here at the 110s. It may go even higher. So, you know, vaccine plays are very big right now, but you need the results. So that's why Moderna is kind of a risky one. All right, next up is Boeing. Ooh, Boeing had a nice day when the sector rotation. A lot of people rotated money out of tech and into Boeing. The only difference is Boeing held. Everybody else, as you'll see with my fourth honorable mention pick, everybody else kind of dipped back down and filled this gap here. The gap I'm talking about is this one right here. So it didn't fill the gap. It stayed above. That's a strong sign that this can hold. So the other part of it is rumors are flying, and we're hearing that we may have the certification approval or rejection in the next 2 weeks. So if we get the 737 Max approval, oh, that thing's gonna, it's gonna go off. If it gets rejected, I think we're coming down back here. I think we're down to the 150s. Yeah, it's gonna be so. This is make or break. So this is gonna be a tough one. But I think it's a risky one. I think it's it depends on your risk level. Do you believe in Boeing? Do you not? I mean, it's too big to fail. The government will not let it fail. But in the short term, how will it do? That's kind of the question. So just be careful with this one. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. It's a great stock. It's been, historically it's been very, very good. So I'd imagine after this rough patch, we see a lot of positivity going forward for Boeing. Okay. Up next is Carnival Cruise. So, okay. So third one. This is the one I'm talking about. So we just saw Boeing, right? Let's take a look at Carnival Cruise now. As you can see, we had the nice. Oh, sorry. What? Oh, didn't mean to do that. Sorry, guys. Okay. So let me clean this up real quick. Get rid of this guy. Okay, so as you can see, as I was talking about earlier, you see this nice little pop for the sector rotation that happened Monday. Then you see it fill the gap. Here's the gap here. It hasn't completely filled, but it filled up a good portion of it. So now the question is, do we get some more news this week where it's coming down and it's on the 50-day moving average? It already kind of bounced a little. Does it bounce up further, or does it completely fill this gap here back down to the under 14 level? So that's something to be aware of with these Carnival Cruise. I'm hearing a lot of rumors about there's a lot of big money going to cruise lines right now because they think it's going to pop because of vaccine news are going to come out. Kind of the idea and the feeling from analysts is that once you had the first one to announce, the first vaccine news, because you have multiple companies working on this, once the first one came out, all the rest will follow. And as the rest come announced, as long as they're positive results, you're going to see more and more sector rotation into kind of the value plays versus tech or whatever else you could be in. So something to keep an eye on for the next couple weeks, but I don't think we're there yet. I think 2021 is when I'm going to seriously start. Maybe more of my picks will be into the value plays, but right now I'm still questioning if the vaccine plays are ready yet. The vaccine plays, the value plays, things like that. So just be aware of that. Okay. Last one, Snowflake. Okay, so Snowflake was an interesting one. It has not been on the stock market for a long time. IPO just recently. Warren Buffett was a big investor. Salesforce was a big investor. And as you can see, every time it hits this blue line where it's finding support, you kind of go up and then it bounces. A little bounce and then a big bounce. And now it kind of consolidated and now it's back down. Are we going to see another big bounce? That's the question. So that's why this one's kind of risky. We're hoping the support level holds and we see a nice bounce off of it. But we don't know enough about Snowflake. It doesn't even I can't even do a 50-day moving average because it hasn't been on the market for 50 days. So this one's kind of risky. It doesn't have a lot of data behind it, but it is a strong company. It has a lot of momentum. A lot of people talking about it as a strong pick for the future. So we'll see. I mean, earnings we got coming up end of December, beginning of January, and so we'll see how they do. But right now, if you want to get in, and if it goes on a crazy run like it did a couple of weeks ago, that could be some nice money right there. So just beware. Not a lot of data to support this. Can't do a lot of technical analysis. Not a whole lot of fundamentals. So this is very risky because you don't know a lot about it. So all right. So that is my picks for the week. We got the honorable mention. We have our run up to earnings, and of course we have the 4 stock picks of each week. If you guys have questions, let me know. I'm always here for you guys. I get a lot of people asking me a lot of different things, and a lot of times I'll make videos off of those requests. So if you have something that's been bugging you, don't be afraid to reach out and ask. I'll always entertain it. I'll always try and help you guys out any way I can. So, all right, let's have a great week, and I'll talk to you guys on Monday. All right, take it easy. Bye.